Hello and welcome back. Welcome. It's already afternoon on the next day. And I'm embarrassed to admit that I stayed here the whole time. In between, it got windy and stormy. Not very stormy, but windy and cold. Now it's milder. So I'm heading down. And we have to defeat more goblins. We're still on a goblin hunt. Welcome back, friends. And of course, any work we see is a fair game, because we have to deal with so many of them eventually that we might as well make some progress now on our way to the overland guard here. Alright. I'm sorry, I didn't want to make you suffer and those pity sounds. I'm sorry. That was not good of me. Well, I think the goblin hunt area is pretty large, but somehow we've only encountered overland guards and not stabbers or bombers. So maybe we have to go to where the goblin fire quest would take us, where, if you recall, we have this silly notion that somehow the goblin fire pots would be useful to us. Maybe they will be. So let's get to that place, because where the fire pots are, I expect to see a more significant... There it is. You see that, guys? There is a bridge over here. A natural bridge, that is. But over there is the entrance. The one entrance that I know, leading down to Goblin Town. Yes. We'll have to deal with that place for sure at some point. Anyways, it looks like we found our camp here, near the Northern High Pass. Another goblin camp. Okay, that was the last guard we had to deal with. Now we have to deal Gashru. Okay. Is Gashru one of the locations we're supposed to discover? I do not think so. Unfortunately, again. I don't know why. Here's a guard. And here's a bomber. Come on, bomber. Yeah, scare us with your fires. It's actually pretty nice. Warms my bones up, you know. Okay, a stabber, good. So we can defeat 6 stabbers and 6 bombers. We'll defeat 1 of each. Okay. Let's see if we can find other stuff of interest. Such as those fire pots. I still haven't seen any fire pots. So, who calls you a stabber, huh? Your friends here? Or the dwarfs? It's kind of funny. Another stabber here. But then what? I still don't see fire pots. No. Maybe it's further up this way? Oh, that camp is bigger than I thought, guys. Look. They have bridges and everything. Pretty sturdy palisade walls over there. Yeah. More guards, of course, that makes sense. Here I do see a stabber as well. 4 out of 6, good. Okay. Bomber, good, we need those as well. Now, a stabber, good. Now then. We completed a deed? What deed? Swift to anger? What? Apparently we did something too many times and now we had a deed for that. Fine, whatever. Aha, finally though, I see those goblin fire pots. An unfit pot. Oh, not unfit. Maybe it's unfit for certain things. An unlit fire pot created by the evil smiths of Goblin Town. And how do we know that it was created by evil smiths and not just by regular goblins? Who knows? We just assume they're evil, just because they make fire pots. Alright, so... let's find one more bomber. And 3 more fire pots. Okay. Okay, the bomber is easy. I see this one already here. So it's all fine and well, but... where are the rest of the pots? Let's check. Why not continue up this way? I'm a little concerned now about the extent of this goblin camp. I think we might find... and I'm rooted here by some skillful goblins. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm a little concerned about the extent of this goblin camp. And I expect we might see something that's useful beyond the pots. Beyond the pots, beyond the pots. What happened here? Game lag, I think. That's what happened. Right. Alright guys, bear with me now as I ascend this place and try to go up here and find more pots, hopefully. Hey, not cool, not cool. Overland bomber. Yeah, that's a good place, guys. And yet I don't see more pots. Okay. Oh no, I see one over there. Good, 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 good. Good. Well, now I'm warm enough. I need to throw more fire bombs at me. Okay. Let's get this fire pot as well. We still need to find 2 more though. Okay, how about we go this way? It's pretty sturdy. Akultot? What is Akultot? We don't know. Again, let's consult with the deeds here and see if they count for anything. No, they do not. Wait, the Kirit Daur? Maybe it's one thing that we discovered last time. Hold on, guys. Sorry, I'm going all over the place. It's only because I don't want to miss something here. Yes, if you recall, as we were approaching the camp from last time, when we kind of got lost in the middle of the Misty Mountains or in the middle of the high crag, we had to go through the Kirit Daur Pass. And so this Kirit Daur Pass, which is a tiny one in my opinion, is on the Forbidden Heights deed. So let's read about it. Kirit Daur was once one of the major passes that travelers used to enter the High Pass. Even at the best of times, it is stormed by winds and storms and is treacherous to pass through. I believe we read that already, but it often becomes completely impassable during the late seasons. Yeah, we did. So that's even funnier because I guess in some of the previous adventures of ours, we were almost to the camp beyond Kirit Daur, and we found Kirit Daur, and we read about it, and then we forgot that we went there. However, now that we're in Akultot here, let's read about Akultot. Newly built since the ascension of the new Great Goblin of Goblin Town, the camp of Akultot is set among rock ledges and spires that overlook the approach to the main gates of Goblin Town. Yeah, that's accurate. Historically, the goblins of the Misty Mountains have eschewed, I never know how to pronounce this word, the construction of camps in the inhospitable drifts and glaring light of the High Pass. Yes, they avoided doing that. Okay. And it is unsettling that they should choose to do so now. Funny. The only likely explanation is that they are preparing to extend their grasp beyond the mountains in some fashion, which is surely ill news to those who live in the hills and forests below. Mostly hills. Well, and forests, yeah. And mountains, frankly. Okay. Wait. That's a claro? It's not a claro, it's claro. He was stealthy enough, for sure. I didn't see him coming. But he's no match for us, regardless. That's why I don't care so much about stealthy. Well, if it's a stealthy Nazgul, sure, but like the average enemy, stealthy or not, I can defeat them just fine. Okay, we found all the goblin firepots we needed. And excuse us. Now we can return to Highwind, and we can do that directly from here. Vindurau is the place. Okay, so we have to talk with them about the goblin hunt and the goblin fire. Good. Okay, here I am.
Well met.
Ha! Well thought, possible. Goblins may make for poor company, but they do help keep one's skill honed. Ever the optimist, huh? Now those fire pots you mentioned, those are not weapons for little skirmishes. They were designed as weapons of war, for burning forests and besieging fortresses. Really? They didn't? Okay, you say so. If the goblins are making so many of them, well, there were only 5, dude. It can only mean that they have plans to march beyond these mountains. And soon, he thinks. We'll need to do something about that. Okay. What did we complete this time? Peril of the Mountains advanced? Really? Oh, good, good. That's actually good. Got some virtue experience points and stuff, so a new deed bestowed as well. Okay, fine. In any case, we reached the virtue cap for our fidelity. Well, maybe we can continue with honesty next. Why not?
Greetings.
Yes, what about the pots? Ha! Good work, possible. Now let us see those. There is not much a goblin can come up with that a dwarf can't sort out in short order. Maybe. What's this? Well, these are the feasts of Rohan, a huge, healthy meal frequently enjoyed by the riders of Rohan before battle. How do you have feasts of Rohan? Here, all the way up here. I mean, I know stuff preserves well in this climate, but still. And then masterful mashes, a variety of tasty foods, all mashed together. Okay. Ha! Little grubbers think they're so clever, do they? Huh, what's this here? Gah, my beard! Cursed goblins, how dare they? Not quite so clever with your beard on fire, are you, Master Dwarf? Ah well, I guess we shall have to look for another solution. Oh boy, really? How cursed goblins, how dare they? Huh. Yep. That was funny, guys. I didn't expect that, and of course we created all this mess here with the charred surface, but we cleaned it right up, or the wind did. Picked up all the black dust and blew it away and covered it with white snow. Thank you, nature, for doing that. Getting rid of our mess. Now let's talk to Nogmelt here.
Hail, friend, and well met.
So, Basabur, you have returned already? It seems the works remained organized in some fashion, and likely friendly to the goblins. Would that there were some way to break their foul alliance. Yep. Now, about Glorwen.
Hail, friend, and well met.
What is this? Glorwen's bow? Yet you say you saw no other signs of her save a torn cloak? Yep. And for some reason I didn't pick up the Torn Cloak, I don't know why, I'm sorry. Had the wargs slain her, it is likely they would have torn her to pieces and let the evidence lay plainly about. Not necessarily. You know, not in this weather with shifting snow cover, I don't know. If there was no sign of her body, then it is possible that she yet lives. That is true. Perhaps she escaped, but I think that unlikely, for she would have gone back for her bow or come to us in need of aid. I have no answer to this riddle, but perhaps the wargs might. How so?
You may be of service to me.
With your discovery of Glorwen's bow, we're left with little but dire tidings in the search for her. But at least you have not come upon her gnawed bones, so we can be thankful for that. Ugh. That wasn't a good thing to say, Elf. Unfortunately, few wargs are inclined or even able to speak the tongues of the free peoples, and I'm afraid my own experience with their kind can be summed up entirely on the point of a yew shaft. So I have little insight to offer from the point of a yew shaft, huh? I do not know how we might learn more of her fate from them. Iwin's people lived up here for many years before they were driven out, and some few still linger. Perhaps he could offer more insight than I? Perhaps, I don't know. Way of the Pack.
Sweet Melon.
You should speak with Iwin, who is right here, and I, for some reason, cannot speak to him. He may know more about the wargs. Okay, let's speak to him then.
What do you need?
Well, while it is true that I've fought and slain many a warg in my day, I have had little cause to speak with them beforehand. Great. But if my memory serves me aright, there is a pair of brothers who have lived up in these mountains for quite some time as hunters and trappers. If anyone might have learned something about that pack, it would be them. The last I heard, they were holed up in the ruins of Grimbark, an old dwarf place to the east and a bit south of here, still pursuing their trade. If you can find them, and they still live, they might be able to tell you more. Wow, that's a lot of ifs there.
Greetings.
The brothers of Grimbark deal with these beasts on a regular basis. They may know more than I. Okay, but it was a good advice nonetheless. So, let's see here. Torghast, Way of the Pack, huh? Okay, so now we continue together again because we haven't ridden down that way before. So let us try and see if we can find them. Starting to snow more heavily again, but can't complain about the temperature and all. Okay, there's a whole keep there. Nobody mentioned it to us yet, but they should because we need to know. It's a big place. Who occupies it? Is it unoccupied? Is it occupied by goblins? By dwarfs? Like the Darhans? Or who knows? Okay. Well, are we getting close or are we not? Okay. Oh yeah, there is a way up here. Seems safe so far. Grimbark. Okay, Grimbark. Let's check on that. No, does not count for. Or does it? No, it does. The Forbidden Heights. Okay, let's read about Grimbark. Founded before the city of Heligrot, oh, even before that, which already was ancient, no? Grimbark was once called the Crown of the Misty Mountains by the dwarves who lived there, and they marked it as the highest dwelling of their people in all the world at that time. Okay. Though Heligrot is certainly higher. Alas, it fell neither to goblins, nor giants, nor dragons, or other wickedness. But tales say it fell to a great storm that drove down upon the high pass, and did not relent for 5 long years, choking the passes with vast mountains of ice, even burying Grimbark itself beneath a deep, featureless blanket of snow. 5 years? I mean, obviously on and off storm, I'm sure, but that is crazy. When at last the storm relented, and their fellows from Moria came north to relieve their brothers at Grimbark, not one dwarf was found alive, all having frozen or starved during the long years of isolation. It was decided thereafter that Grimbark should not be resettled, and it has stood empty for years beyond reckoning. Oh, very interesting. Why would the storm concentrate its force here? I mean, if it lasted for 5 years, it couldn't be just limited to this location, but I guess they didn't have any other place to go home around here at that time, like Helgrod, so maybe that makes sense. Anyways, that's fascinating. Was it the nature, storm of nature, a natural storm or not? I wonder. It doesn't sound natural lasting that long. Anyways, here is Sigbert, a stable master. See?
What do you need?
This stable master has a name, unlike the other stable master that we complained so thoroughly about in the last episode. Mission recruiter, okay. Okay, but it is occupied now by in-league member Ollie and his horse. So there are a few dwarves here. There is a door in there. Okay. Looks pretty solid to me. If that was never repaired, it was just buried in ice and still survived pretty much intact. Okay. Let's get inside where it's cozier. Here is Alfaut, the provisioner.
Of what help may I be to you?
Well, we can sell you some stuff, I guess, that we do not care about. Yes, good. Huh, Torghast Haven. Pretty nice, pretty cozy actually. I'm surprised. And here is Torghast. Forgive me, my injuries have not yet healed. I'm sorry. And this fire seems to give off no heat. Yeah, it can seem that way when you're injured. I suppose I should rest a bit. Sure.
By my father, this is a sad day.
What do you want? Something about that pack up there to the north? I used to hunt the Aurochs up that way. Oh, there are Aurochs too, in addition to all the other creatures? Wow. Before I moved into the worm scale business. And I learned a fair bit about the works in order to stay alive. If you want to find one that will talk, that will be Blackfang, the pack leader. A few others might know the tongue of man, but they won't talk to you. It will be him that speaks for the pack and strikes bargains with the goblins. But he won't speak to you either, unless you were to call him out. Okay, that's good. You see, wargs are big on strength and survival of the fittest and all that. So, while there is no way a pack would ever accept you as a leader, they would still look to the pack leader to kill you if you laid down a challenge to his leadership, just to prove his strength. If he backed down or refused, you lose face. And for a warg, that can be fatal. I see, that makes sense. The custom of challenge varies from pack to pack, but in this one it's simple. There is an old goblin totem in the middle of the ruins they live in. You just go stand next to that for a few minutes, and that signals you want a fight. Blackfang will have to come out and face you sooner or later or lose face with his pack. Of course, he's the pack leader because he is the strongest one up there, so you take care of or he will tear you apart. And that is Nogmaldir, huh? Nogmaldir is a cool name. Nogmaldir. Interesting. Okay. You should return to your friends at Vindurau, Basbor. I have told you what I know. Fair enough. But you also have other quests for us, right?
Might you lend an ear to a dwarf in need?
Forgive my lack of manners, but I have been in better sorts. No, it's all good. You try playing host to a sorry lot of adventurers that barge into your quiet home up in these remote heights, while you have a Gorodon arrow stuck in your leg. Oh, it was a Gorodon. Oh well, I'm not much one for company, but as you can see, I have fallen on hard times. So if you're willing to lend a hand, I suppose I would be obliged. You see, I lost the hunters that ambushed me out in that blizzard, but they've been sniffing around closer and closer to my little home here, trying to figure out where I went. If they find it and tell the others, well, that'll be the end of for old Torghast, I'm afraid. Don't you worry, I'll deal with them. I know it's dangerous, but if you could see your way to making the lives of those hunters difficult, and short, well, mostly short, not so much difficult, right? It might discourage them from trying to hunt down this dwarf. Eliminating the trail. What is this blasted cold? Afoot? Is there a draft in here? I feel chilled to my very bones. No, I think the door is closed. You're just injured. I get it.
By my
The
father,
Gauradine
this is a sad day.
are a fearsome foe. Be wary. They are fearsome. Okay. And we have even more. More quests, okay?
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
It seems the wolfmen have gotten the best of me after all. My body feels cold as stone, and its roaring fire is no help at all. Their spirit callers have laid a curse on me, or that arrow was dabbed in some kind of poison. I know not which. I've no healing lore beyond the setting of bones and the binding of cuts, nor are my wits about me. I hope that if it is poison or curse, you might find something among the Gauradine camps that can cure it. Please, I beg you to go see what you can find. Though I can offer little advice as to what might help. Sure, I'll investigate. Chill to the bone. Oh. Okay. Are you sleeping now? I mean, I guess that's fine, but I wanted to get a couple more quests from you if I could. I guess I have to leave you be. I don't know, that's funny. And now you have a quest for us as well? You know what? Maybe oh, there it is. Maybe I'll pick up the rest of the quests next time, because we had plenty of playtime for this episode. Take care, my friends. Don't worry that you barely can see my face. All that matters is that you can witness the exhalation of cold air from my lungs. Enjoy life, take care, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.